What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Day here, back again for another video, and this is going to mark episode 3 of my prop firm journey with Take Profit Trader and My Funded Futures. So today is going to be Tuesday, August 22nd, 2024, and yeah, I appreciate y'all as always, and let's go ahead and hop right into this one. Alright, so off rip, as you can see right here, this currently right here where my cursor is moving is the 930 candle, right? So I'm basically going to place my buy and my stop order, and y'all already know how it goes if y'all checked out the last 2 episodes, like how I'm, doing my strategy and stuff. I basically kind of like already presented my strategy in a way. It's not really that hard to follow, but I will make like a more in-depth like version if y'all want that too, most likely. But currently I'm just placing my buy stop and my sell stop, as you can see on the left hand side on that mini screen. That one is going to be My Funded Futures, and then the main screen that y'all see is going to be Take Profit Trader, right? I decided to trade micro gold as well for my Funded Futures account, because what I realized was my charts are actually like syncing since I'm on the same symbol, right? Because from before, one was just gold and the other one was micro gold. I had to do the analysis kind of like separately. So if I place a buy tool on one screen, I gotta place the buy tool on the second screen, right? But if I'm under the same symbol, they kind of just sync under each other, right? So that was one reason. So like when everything is already in sync, I could just push the buy or sell button, right? And then the second reason was to control my risk better, even on my funded account, because at first I was just doing like one mini off rip. But in today's trade, this stop loss was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was like 8.5. So it was up there. So one mini would have been like $1,000 if I'm not mistaken. Coming from the last video, I'm already up about like $800 before this day. So risking $1,000 would be risking all my profit in like one trade, and that's not the way how I want to kind of like go about it. So basically that's another reason why I switched to micros, you know what I'm saying? And plus, 10 micros equals one mini anyway. So if I had to like, just do like one mini contract, I could just do 10 micros. So it's all good with that. So basically, as you can see on the screen, I basically set my sell stop and my buy stop for this trade. One other change that I did make to my Take Profit Trader account is my risk. At first, it was just going to be 1,000 straight up, right? But I decided that I'm going to risk in a range from 1,000 to 1,500. And the reason being was because basically I kind of want to give myself a little bit more like of a gain when I do gain my trade, like if I win a trade. But if I'm able to just like maintain my risk and just trade accordingly to, how I want to trade, it shouldn't be bad, even if I had to retake the challenge, let's say like I just blew the whole account, I'm just gonna retake it and we're just gonna continue the series, so yeah. So basically on this trade, as you can see right here, like basically where my cursor is, I am risking 1,500 to make 900, right? Remember, negative RR, that's what this whole journey is about. I do have like setups that I see that like I like more than others. So let's say if I get a setup that I really like, I'm gonna risk, the max, like 1,500. But let's say I get a setup that I really am not too like, I like it. Obviously, I'm gonna take every setup that I get, basically that presents itself, that follows my criteria. But if you like follow kind of like price action, if you want to go in a more in-depth type of route, and I'm just looking at the chart, there may be some setups that may not be like better than the others, right? So then I could just risk 1,000, you know what I'm saying? So that's another way how I can manage my risk and everything, just trying to keep everything like organized and accordingly. So yeah, those are going to be the changes that I made for both of those accounts. So basically I was anticipating that my sell stop was going to get hit more than my buy stop because of the amount of like, the range that we're already in. Like we're already in like this certain area and we already see like a lot of bearish pressure. So as you heard right there, basically I had got tapped into my trade. So off rip, as soon as it like got me into my entry, this like had a retracement, right? And one of the type of trades that I usually like backtest or foretest, or that I see when it comes to dealing with the system, are the trades that instantly lose when it kind of just taps in, like let's say my entry, and then it just automatically reverse, right? So those type of trades are like probably like the worst type of trades that I could get into when it comes to this system. So when that happened, I was just like, okay, it could be one of those trades, that probability of seeing that reaction right there off of my entry speaks a lot of volume, So like I said from my previous videos, I don't put a lot of emotions into my trades. I don't, I just follow my analysis, honestly, for the most part. Just whatever happens. We live to trade another day. From here, as you could kind of see right there, we kind of went into profit like a little bit, right? But then there go another like kind of retracement, right? As you can see this wick right here. So off rip, I'm like, okay, price could be respecting this area like a lot. And it kind of did do that, It did like respect this area a lot. And throughout the clip, you're going to see like how far price went into retracement. And you're going to see like the outcome of everything too. Like around this general area, mostly off of my entry, as you can see this wick right here. So I was like, okay, from this point on, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna prepare myself for some retracement, right? This strategy is like kind of strictly based off of momentum. What I'm basically doing is expecting momentum into the desired direction wherever price takes me. So in this case, it took me to the downside. I'm just basically expecting that momentum to kind of like continue to the downside, take my negative RR, and then go about my day, right? So basically, when I see stuff like this where I don't see that momentum happen even after it gets my entry, I'm just like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I could brace myself for retracement, you know what I'm saying, more mentally prepare myself to be like, okay, price is gonna either retrace and hit my stop loss, or it's either gonna retrace and hit my TP. There's only two options. There's no other options, right? So basically, this candle right here, if you've been on my channel before too, I have taken trades where I love to take trades off of doji candles, right? So when I see a doji, that's when I start to anticipate like reversals. I start to anticipate like the opposite like trend going into the market, right? At this point, I'm just like, okay, price is definitely going to retrace. Does it mean that it's going to hit my stop loss? Not necessarily. Does it mean that it's going to hit my TP? Not necessarily. I don't really know, or nobody really knows what price is going to do after a doji. A doji is just mostly like a confirmation for a probable reversal in the markets. Does every doji like kind of, you know, have a 100% guarantee that price is going to go in the opposite direction? No, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? So as you can see right here, price is definitely having a lot of bullish momentum, right? There's another thing that I also like to do as well when it comes to trading engulfing candles, and that's going to be the Wick test theory, right? You could go search up trades by Matt, Wick test theory. It's something I've been doing like since like Forex, but I'm glad that somebody like kind of broke it down in a way. And basically all it is, like, to kind of give like a little quick like recap of what it is. So basically, after you have like an engulfing candle, let's just say like this candle engulfed this, right? Not saying like every single engulfing, but once you have like a certain criteria, because I believe this was like a zone right here. Well, you can't really see it because my face cam is in the way, but this was a zone like right here where my cursor is, right? So basically, once you have like an engulfing candle, let's just say this candle engulfed this, what you will be looking for is a Wick test theory. And what that is the previous candle, that Wick, basically price, once it finished closing this candle right here, price is gonna come up and touch and test this Wick, right? And then this is where you would get into a sell or the like continuation of a direction of like, you know what I'm saying, where it closed, and then price will just, you know, take off from there, right? That's actually how I passed my Mind from the Futures challenge like twice, bro. I passed one in 15 minutes and I passed one in 30 minutes, right? That's literally all I did. And then I was scaling down into my one-to-ones, and y'all can check that video out too if y'all want to check that out too. But yeah, so basically that's all I was like basically doing. My original stop loss is like a little bit above this Wick, right? So basically I told myself that price could literally tap into this Wick and not stop me out because I have that extra wiggle room like with my stop loss. Because with my stop losses, I like to do a one tick offset with my stop losses, because there's a lot of times where price may have like tapped my specific line. And as you can see right here too, this Fibonacci, I'm actually gonna fast forward it because I didn't really flip it into right here. So my stop loss was this red line right here. As you can see, you see this red line. Basically, this would kind of be like the aka Wick test theory, where price comes back and retest off of this Wick right here. And as you can see right here, I have a one tick offset for my stop loss right here, right? So there's a lot of times where price will come to my initial like red line on the Fibonacci and not stop me out because I have a one tick offset, and then it reverts straight from there right into my intended TP, right? So that's why I have offsets. I also have offsets when it comes to my TP. Right here, I actually have an offset when I'm doing more contracts. So since I'm trading micro contracts and I'm in 18 contracts right here, I basically eventually I move my TP just like one tick above it, just to get that confirmation, right? I don't care about losing like $20 more that I could have won or whatever the case may be. Like, it's not a big deal as long as my overall like analysis was right. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so basically like this whole time, like price was literally kind of just like hovering in this area. I was waiting to see like the reaction of what was going to happen once price came to like about like right here, right? This strategy isn't really strictly based off of price action. It's more based off of like momentum. So I guess you could kind of say price action because we're doing like breakouts or something like that. I'm talking about price action when you create like higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, you know what I'm saying? So price action like that, that's where I love to kind of like enter in the markets, especially when you have a trending market, bro, because that's when you can really see the direction of where price is going to go, right? This strategy doesn't really have like that analysis part to it, but I also notice things while I'm in the market. Kind of like what I said with like the Wick test theory, for example, right? Price could have came right here instantly and then just instantly reversed. Just from my market knowledge, just another way to get like more like sniper entries, more confirmations in the market and stuff like that. So as you can see right here, this is another type of thing that I've like noticed in the market, like due to like my market experience, right? Price also likes to retest the middle of an engulfing candle. So remember the same engulfing candle that I was saying for the wick test theory, right? There's a lot of times that price may not like have a wick test off of here, or maybe the wick may come like further down, right? But another thing is like price likes to retrace off of like the middle of the engulfing. So that's currently what I was like actually looking forward to right now, because I was like, as long as price can hold this area and this candle could kind of close up like below this doji, then sellers would definitely be right back in the market, bro, like instantly right back in the market, right? So as you can see right here, I'm just expecting this candle to kind of close. And another confirmation that I will say off of this right here, because instantly this printed bearish. What did I say? As soon as like price just closed below this and it had a wick off of like the middle of this engulfing candle, basically, bro, bearish sellers will be back in the market, right? Another thing that I like to see too is no top wick right here, right? There was no top wick whatsoever. That's another confirmation that sellers are really back in the market, right? Initially, if I was more conservative, if I was like kind of like, I guess trying to like, I don't know, save more money, save more risk, whatever the case may be, I would have moved my stop loss from here to here, because I know that if price came back above here, that means buyers are definitely back into the market, right? So right now, currently, there's really no indication that, okay, buyers should be in the market. Even though this printed like a doji candle right here, this combo, when it comes to this candle closing below the doji candle and this one having no top red wick, and it instantly like printed bearish, bro, I've seen this happen so many times to when the market just like explode right into my direction, bro. And as you can see right here, this is where we're starting to get that bearish momentum. This is what I was expecting during like this type of, you know, combo right here, from here to here. No, I didn't expect this when I first got into the trade, because I didn't have any market behavior. You know what I'm saying? I just had a bearish candle. I just had a breakout. I entered my trade. Once I start seeing like things happening and things like forming and stuff like that, then I could like kind of be like, okay, this is kind of having a higher probability than this. I could start seeing this and this and this, you know, X, Y, and Z, right? So as you can see, we came back into profit right here. And as you can see on my funded futures side, we came into profit as well right here too. So yeah, once I saw that, initially I could have also moved my stop loss above this candle right here, because that would have been an indication that if price had broke that the top of this candle right here, as long as price like held this area, I was like 100% in for like sales, right? It was kind of consolidating around my entry for a good amount of time, but I was still like 100% confident that it was going to continue down because of this combo that I said. You know, I kind of just like walked y'all through that. That's basically like the market experience that most people are not gonna have if you're like a beginner, right? Even you could be profitable when you're a beginner trader, right? But the market experience will keep you profitable, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Once you kind of put two and two together, not saying that it's easy to kind of read the market, but you have a way higher probability of being consistent and being profitable. Like I promise you, bro, I guarantee you, just spend time in the market, bro. Spend time to see like the candle behavior. Spend time to notice what price does when certain things happen. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to like write it down, even if you have to repeat it 100 times, whatever you got to do, bro, just make sure that you just always take data on market behavior, bro. That's probably like the number one thing that I feel like not a lot of people talk about, like the actual market behavior of candlesticks, patterns, what goes on in the market, because the market really do repeat itself like over and over again. Like on a higher time frame, like let's say an hour time frame, it's doing the same thing on a lower time frame. You know what I'm saying? Just more noise in the markets. You know what I'm saying? Or like even from last year, like price be doing the same exact thing, bro. Not the exact like 100% down to the T. That's when your strategy comes in. That's when you have to kind of like formulate your strategy around market experience, right? So it's like you kind of just gotta like, you know, see what goes on. That's honestly like the best kind of advice that I can kind of give like newer traders, for people who are just getting into trading, or even just like experienced traders. You know what I'm saying? Just really pay attention to market behavior, because it definitely will like save you. That's how you'll be able to manage trades better too, because remember what I said, I could place my stop loss right here, right? Then initially I'll be risking, if I'm not mistaken, remember I was risking 1,500 on this trade. I'll be risking like 700 or like 750 or something like that, 800. Like I'll be risking almost like half of my trade, and I'll be okay with that. If price kind of came back up here, I'll be okay with that, because that's a smaller loss than what I intended, right? Even when you like move your stop loss into like profit, when you take partials, like the proper places to take partials, all that stuff, bro. When you manage your trades better is an indication that you've gained experience from the market, if that makes any sense. So yeah, but currently right now at this point, like we're just getting a lot of like bearish behavior. Look at the bearish pressure that we accumulated, you know what I'm saying? Like that alone right there, and like from this distance to this distance right here, if I was like I said again, if I was more conservative, I would have moved my stop loss above this point right here too, because that's just like another like type of like way how I kind of like protect my profits, how I want to do things. But that's like a whole different type of like style, a whole nother different type of like strategy. That's what I'm saying. That's what like price action, like more like manageable trades, you know what I'm saying? With this system, I just kind of follow whatever happens. If it hits my stop loss, it hit my stop loss. If it hit my TP, it hit my TP. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as you can see right here, TP has been hit. And yeah, this trade was a very good lesson when it came to trusting your analysis and looking at market experience. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this one is definitely probably like one of the best trades that I can like present to y'all with this certain system, because all the other trades that I won, bro, it kind of just been like going right into my direction. Like let's say I got in a sell right here, it'll just instantly go into like TP, right, when it does win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like those type of trades I can't really present like this side of trading to y'all because I don't have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? TP just get hit, it just instantly just get smacked and nothing else goes on. You know what I'm saying? This trade, the difference with this is you're dealing with retracement, you're dealing with like that market behavior that you have to pay attention to. So yeah, we're gonna see how Friday go. And yeah.